Hey guys, welcome to Drummer Talk episode 265, the supplemental video on self-publishing. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make your own worksheets or your own books for your students, for yourself, to sell online, whatever you may like. For the purposes of this video, it's going to be on a Windows-based machine. I'm using Windows 7. And you will need two programs. One program is called Microsoft Office Publisher. And if you've got Windows 365, it's already included. A lot of people have Publisher, or you can purchase it separately if you want. We're going to have links in the show notes to everything that you need for all the programs I've used here. The other program you're going to need is Finale. You can use Sibelius, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be showing you Finale. So let's get started. So as you can see here, before I got started, I went online and I found two photos that I purchased online. And my favorite place to purchase and find photos is a place called Photodune. And I just typed in symbol, and I started looking around. Go to the first page of symbol, and you're going to find pictures of symbols and pictures of just about anything you could ever want. That looks like a cool photo. I'm going to click on that. And then here's what it costs. So the photos come in different resolutions, extra small, small right up to 12 megapixel or 6 megapixel, which would be fine for publishing and printing. So it doesn't have to cost you $40 or $500 for a photo to get your point across. But Photodune.net is a great place where I like to find a lot of my stock photography, and it can be had for pretty inexpensive, anywhere from, oh, that's a neat looking photo. Oh, I should have picked that one. Look at that. But once again, if you click on the different photos, some of them are set in some different prices. Once again, between $5 and $7 for really high resolution photos. So that is Photodune.net. So I went and grabbed a couple of photos really quickly. So I'm just going to open up Publisher really quickly, and we're going to start on a blank page. All right, here you go. So Publisher is really user-friendly, and it's very, very intuitive and very, very easy to use. So the first thing I'm going to do, first thing we need is a title page. So I'm just going to click on this here, and it's going to, I right-clicked, I'm going to say Insert Page. I'm going to say, let's say 5 pages really quickly. And then bang, you've got 5 pages all ready to go. So you can just click on those pages. You could move those pages around if you wanted to. But we're just going to make a very quick, very easy title page. So I'm just going to shrink this. And there's the page. I'm just going to grab this picture right here, and I'm just going to move it inside the box. Open that up. All right. So now we have one of our stock photos in the center. So I'm just going to make a very quick, very simple cover, book cover. There we go. And it probably needs some color over the top. So I'm just going to, I just went and grabbed a shape. I'm going to use a square. And I'm going to do that all the way over. All right, let's fill that square and make it black. I don't think I did that quite correctly. Let's try this. We're going to send this backwards. No, didn't quite make it. So let's try that again. All right, well, there's your square. We're going to make the fill black. Going to cover over the entire book cover. There we go. And then we're going to send it backwards. And a really simple book cover. Now, book needs a title. So draw a text box. What should we call this? How about the 12 things you must know to be a good drummer. All right, so it's pretty small. Let's enlarge that really quickly. Going over here. Let's see. Let's do something kind of fun. And then let's move this like that. And then let's just make it really big. Keep that size and spacing. All right, that seems all right. 12 things you must know to be a good drummer. Let's make that white, because white kind of pops. Alright, so there you have a really simple, very get the job done, if you will. Title for your book. Maybe let's not cover up that. This is where I get to have fun. There you go. 12 things you must know to be a good drummer. Very simple book. And then we're going to copy this and Control C, Control V, copy and paste. Just, oops, don't want to do that. Just grab this, move this down here. By Troy. And then center it, highlight, center, shrink. And it's done. You've got a really simple book cover. I did that in a few minutes. Now, the biggest question I get is, how do I get music text onto the page? It's really simple. So I'm going to show you Finale. I'm going to bring up Finale. Now, this is a sheet that I have created in the past for my students to teach them some rudimental etudes and things like that. But you're going to have to create your own work, but this is not a video about how to use Finale. This is a video about how to take this and turn it into a book. So it's really simple. We're going to take a section of this book, or sorry, a section of this file. We're going to hit Tools. We're going to hit Advanced Tools. We're going to click on Graphics. Then we're going to, what do I want to grab? Let's grab the first 4 bars. I'm going to double click and drag open. Let's click it right to about there. And as you can see, there are 8 points that have been brought up. Now that is what you want to extract. So I'm just going to close this a little bit. Bring that down right to the edge. Move that over. Now that I have what I want to extract, now I have to extract it. So I'm going to go up to Graphics. I'm going to hit Export Selection. All right, now you've got some options here. What type of file do you want this to be? It can be very simple. You've got a few options. You've got PNGs, TIFFs, SVGs, JPEGs, and EPS. Now, an EPS file is an encapsulated PostScript vector file, and that is for Adobe Illustrator. But the rest of these will work very well with Publisher. I like PNG personally, and JPEGs. PDFs, if I was going to extract a whole page, I might do it as a PDF. But for the purposes of this, I'm just going to hit PNG. What resolution would you like? If you're going to be making something that's only ever going to be seen on the web or in a PDF file, 150 to 300 is fine. If it's going to be on a website, like for something that's going to be posted on for the World Wide Web, 72 is great. And if it's going to be printed, I go 1200. I go the full Monty for resolution. So once you've done that, you hit OK. Then you select where you'd want to post that file. Give your file a name. We're going to call it number 3, and hit Save. And that file, if I close this down, shrink that down, and I go to the folder I put it to, which is going to be over here, you can see that there's number 3 right there. Then all you have to do is just grab that, drag it right into Publisher, just drag it right there, and there it is. So now you can start to add in anything that you have in Finale that you've written out. You can now bring it into Publisher very easily. So now what if, let's get a little bit closer. Now what if you wanted to add some stickings to this? Very simple. Just hit Draw Text Box, open that up. Let's hit R, and let's shrink this right down, and let's place it right underneath the R, just like that. And there you have it. Now it is a bit time consuming that you're going to have to place all of the individual stickings that you want to place, but that being said, it can be done very quickly. So if I want to do a bunch of R's, I'm going to hit Control Copy and Control C, Control V, and so on and so forth. And I'm just going to put one right there, and I'm going to put one there. The great thing about Publisher is it's got little guides in there to help you to see where everything is. Now, of course, those are not even, so let's just grab them like that. Oops. Grab them like that. And we're going to go under Text Drawing Tools, and we're going to go to Align. And let's just align them to the top, and then we can move them down. Maybe you want to move everything over one, and so you can see some really easy ways to get your files done very quickly in terms of stickings and or grace notes or I don't know, putting little notes and annotations in. We're going to call these Troy's Drags. Now, what about changing fonts? Well, that's really, really simple. You just highlight, go up to one of the fonts that you have. I've been collecting fonts for a really, really long time. One of my favorite right now is Abner. There we go, Abner Light 35. So Troy's Drags, just like that. And that's a really simple way to extract a file. Let's do another one really, really quickly. Let's grab this section right here. So once again, we go to Tools, select Advanced Tools, select Graphics. Let's grab something cool. Let's grab 2 bars of this. Shrink it down. Very simply. There we go. We go to Graphics, Export Selection, PNG for these purposes, high resolution, hit OK. Where you want it to go, we're going to call this one number 4. We're going to hit Save. Shrink this down, shrink this down. There's number 4. Just drag it right down to Publisher, opens Publisher up, and it's right there. Now, how about laying things out? I get a lot of questions on number 1. Well, let's clean this up a little bit. Let's get in really close. And I just want to remove that little cap there, so I'm going to hit Crop. And I'm just going to move that in. And you're done. I might have cut that off a little too much, so let's do that again. Crop. I still want that last little bar. And there you have it. And then how do you align things? Now, if you've got stickings attached to another image, you're just going to want to select everything, and then you're going to want to group it as one single item, and then just move it around. And it's locked in place. Those items are locked together until you unlock them and remove them. And then what if I want to have these two aligned up together? We just align left, and there you have it. So that's a really simple way and a great way to get to get music notation from Finale into Publisher for you to be able to use. And then what if you want, what if you want to add some text? Well, it's really simple. We're going to draw a text box. All right. I'm going to use something called dummy text. We're going to use this here. This isn't in any legitimate language. This is just something designers call dummy text that we use to show what it could possibly look like with text in place. Don't like that font. Let's go. I'm real big in the Abner Light 35. I think it's really cool. All right. All right, what if we want to turn this into 2 columns? It's very simple. We go up to the column section here. 2 columns. What if I want my image to go right smack here in the center? It's going to take a little bit of doing. We're going to bring that forward, but there you go. As long as the image is laying on top of each other. And let's shrink that down a little bit. There. So maybe you've got some text, maybe you want a little bit of a musical example of some kind in the middle of the text, and for the text to keep going. And then of course, if you want to start moving that around the page, you have to group and lock things together, and there you have it. You can start moving things around together in a page. There are some really great tools in Publisher for basic design. If we go to page design and we go to the guides, these are some of your most common guide rulers. The high T, 3-column, 4-column, high left, high right. So if we just put that down right there, select that guide, you can kind of see, okay, this would be, up here would be your title bar, and then you've got 3 columns to work from. And if you want to add, once again, pictures, let's bring that picture in that I purchased earlier today. Let's just drag that in here and shrink it right down. You know what? Let's turn this into maybe a little title bar of some kind. Let's do that. So for the pages, I'm going to line it right there. And I don't like that very much. So we're just going to do something really simple title. Draw text box. I'm going to add this little title there. We're going to call this title. We're going to use our favorite font, Avner Light 35, and we're going to make this grow like that. 48 seems nice and large. Shrink that box, and then what I'm going to do, just a really simple header for each chapter. I am going to just draw, let's do a simple line. Shapes, line, start that line at the center. There we go. Let's do a red line. Nice bright red line. Now, that doesn't look good, so let's fill the box with white so that and bring it forward. And there you go. You got a nice, easy, simple title. Move that wherever you like. We can extend the size of the box, and then let's center it like so. And there you go, a really simple title box for each of your pages. Now, if you want to, say, recreate this page, you just duplicate the page, and this will automatically get duplicated down here. We can move pages over. If I want this to be the front page, and then my title page, so it's your first page and your second page, and moving that around. Now, the other question I get asked quite a bit is what happens if you want to change your fonts? Well, there's some really great websites. One that I've used in the past is called 1001 Free Fonts. If you want to start playing around with fonts in your book or in your pages, it's really simple to do. All you do is you just download the font. You just type in font here, and it's going to bring up the control panel font. Oops, that's the wrong one. There we go. We go into the control panel, and it'll show all the fonts that you have. All you have to do is just drag the new font into here in the TTF file, and it will automatically populate between all of your other products. But there's thousands and thousands of free fonts available on 1001 Fonts. It's not just a clever name, and some obvious rip-offs. Jurassic Park, Hard Rock Cafe. There's a cool one from the Dark Crystal, if you remember that movie. But 1001 free fonts if you want to start playing around with different fonts in your book. But that's pretty well it. That's how to, number one, take files from Finale or take script from Finale and import it into Publisher. Now, what do you want to do with your book? Let's say you want to save your book as a PDF file to be able to put up on the internet. So it's really simple. You just hit Save As, and all you do is Save As, and you scroll down to PDF. And you've got all kinds of other available file formats, but we just go to PDF. If you want to print it, you go Options, High Quality Commercial Press Printing. You can also custom. If you go to a printer and the printer wants a certain level of resolution, standard quality is 150 dots per inch is good enough to get it on the internet, so that you can start selling your own ebook if you want to. So that's pretty well it in a nutshell, Drummer Talkers. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you want to write in with some questions, please feel free to contact me, Troy, at 818 Studios. That's 818studios.com. And I look forward to your questions. If I've left anything out, I'm really sorry, but please write me some questions, and I'll be happy to answer them as best I possibly can. But other than that, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Cheers.